Hey guys, Timcast music producer Carter Banks here, wanting to wish you a Merry Christmas. We just signed our first artist to Trash House Records, and we have our first debut single coming out December 12th. Pre-save it on your favorite stream platform at trashhousechristmas.com. Support our work.
We got this story from the New York Post. It's time for the U.S. to invade Indonesia because they arrested Bonnie Blue. Actually, she's British, so the U.K. would have to do it, but they're a little preoccupied at the moment. Porn star Bonnie Blue faced up to 15 years in jail after being detained over a bang bus stunt in Bali. Apparently, she was soliciting like 18-year-olds to do porn.
Good grief.
And so she's facing 15 years in prison. And, if prosecuted and found guilty, 15 years and a fine of $541,000. Now, what they're saying is they might just deport her. They might say, look, get her out of the country, get these guys out of the country. We don't want it here. However, there is a concern that because she is such a disgusting and high profile person, she's famous for banging 1,057 guys in 12 hours. Indonesia may be offended and they won't. You know, it's one thing if some random person shows up to try to do porn and say, get out of here, you can't be here. It's another thing when Bonnie Blue comes here and says, I will defile a nation. And so the one of the theories from legal experts is they may want to make an example out of her, which means if they don't deport her, they may keep her in prison for just a couple of months. So it may be in February, end of February, they finally let her go. However, some do predict they'll want to make an example out of her and actually prosecute and send her to prison for up to 15 years. So she going bye-bye.
Imagine being the Secretary of State of some country and like you have a ton of important political issues and sensitivities that you have to deal with. And then like this comes across your desk. It's like, oh yeah, there's some whore in Indonesia that was trying to bang, 20 dudes for some video. And like, I don't know, how are you going to get her out? How are you going to negotiate with the other side? You have to like call up your Indonesian counterpart and be like, oh yeah, gee whiz, like I'm reading the news about this Bonnie Blue girl. And it's just like, yeah, she's defiling our country and making us look like, doing an Indian accent. It's just, it's a funny situation, I imagine.
What is your take on this? Because I have my.
I think it's a Muslim majority country or an Islamic country, and I think they take that shit seriously. Didn't you go to school there for a day or two, Serge? Am I doxing you? Singapore, Indonesia, it's all in that islandy Southeast Asia.
It's a bad idea
region.
To do this kind of stuff. No. Like going to countries where you know they don't take kindly to this kind of stuff, and then doing it so that way you can make content. Like. Intentionally doing this in a place where it's risque so that way you can get hopefully
it's a great publicity stunt.
It's a terrible idea.
Bro.
She would be executed in Iran, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Afghanistan, Somalia, and North Korea.
A list of countries to liberate, I guess.
No.
Again,
liberate. Why? Because they won't allow Bonnie Blue to bang 1,000 guys?
Yeah, legally, if you don't allow that, then I guess we will liberate you and liberate your women, I guess.
Again, it goes back.
You have the right to be a whore. Women in our country have the right to be as big of whores as they want to be.
Yeah, but that's not
free speech,
I
guess.
Let me pose a bigger question here. So, first of all, it shows you how free you are in America that you can do this. I'm actually turned off right now. I think
by her?
100%. And that's coming from me. And I think our culture has gotten so sexualized that it's bizarrely turning me off. And I think that once you bang 15 guys in a day, I think you would be done. But to do 1,000 in 12 hours, so it's sad what this woman does, honest to God. Like there's something beyond gone. And I don't think it's a joke. I think it's fucking sad. And there's a theory out scientifically that you have that much penis and fluid exchange that it ruins you as a woman. And there's also, if you want to go into the demon shit, called succubus.
How does it ruin her? Like, I believe it does too, but...
Okay, do you understand that energy? Do you believe an energy is real?
Well...
Yes or no?
Yes.
You understand what these
what do you mean by energy?
The water experiment. Do you know what that is?
I don't believe that's real.
You don't believe it at all.
They've done more.
You don't believe it at all.
Check out WebMD.
I don't believe it at all.
What's the water experiment?
Let's slow down. Are you referring to the molecules changing shape based on the emotion? Yeah, I don't believe that.
That's by
you don't believe it at all.
It's by Emoto, a Japanese scientist. But they've
so
actually
you just got mad about somebody not believing what happened to you, but now you don't believe this that was proven by scientists.
It wasn't proven by scientists.
100% Japanese scientists.
That's not correct.
It actually is.
What they found is that different water had different shapes. There's no correlation between the emotion. They couldn't replicate hate, created the same molecule.
Have you ever heard of something called cell jumping?
What's that?
It's when you're around somebody so much that you kind of take on certain traits because their cells and your cells exchange.
Well, the saying
And that's
is,
why couples
the saying is you
become-
are the summation of the 5 people who surround you.
100%.
It's not biological. It's behavioral.
I used to believe that, and I know I sound like I'm from Oregon right now, and I'm making a dream catcher, but dude, this changed me, and there's some truth to this shit, and it has to be proven because someone like you who has a big voice has to see it, and I'm not going to convince you right now, but I believe it's more real than just arty-farty shit.
If they can take water, charge it with emotion, and the molecules, let me finish, take a certain shape, then they can replicate that in another bit of water more than once, doing it a couple times to prove that it can be repeated. I'll believe it. They never did that.
I think they have. But number 2 is, do you understand that? Okay, do you believe that words have power?
What does that mean?
I used to not think this. Words have power. If you say words, you'll have power with the word. The word becomes powerful.
Speech and rhetoric can have worldly impact.
100%. So, for instance, if you were to go to bed every night, there's a way of psychology. Let me try to explain this simply. The first thing you have to do is say what you want. So tomorrow, if you say, "I want to jog a mile," "I want to jog a mile," "I want to jog a mile," it's either 30 or 3 times that you say this before you go to sleep that it starts embedding itself onto yourself, in your system, your neurological system. I want to jog a mile. Then you write it down. I want to jog a mile. I want to jog a mile. I want to jog a mile. You do this. It's subconsciously training yourself. So boom, the next day, there's a very good chance that you will try to jog a mile. Simple. That is scientific.
Positive affirmations.
Yes, and it sounds crazy, but it's an actual.
I want to put it like this.
But what I'm saying is, go ahead. What was your question? That has to do with this.
I can understand that maybe some people need to do that, if they're going to run a mile. Me, I literally just decide if I want to run a mile, I'll go do it. I don't need to affirm it to myself or anything like that.
Is it psychological or physical?
It's what I used to think it was I used to think this was hippie shit.
Like psychological, which is fine. And I do.
Well, no, I thought it was like energy, which sounds hippie, then psychological, which has an effect on us, and now it's becoming real.
Do you believe in the power of numbers?
That I do believe in, but I don't know enough about it.
I want to pivot back to this story real quick and
Wait, so he doesn't believe in any numbers?
thing. No, just because we had a numerologist yesterday.
Is it true? Do you believe that?
Numerology? No, I don't.
The jury's
I intentionally read the wrong reading for Elaad, and he believed it, and then I
was flattered.
1,000 guys. Let's say 1,000 guys. You have sex with 1,000 guys, and 1,000 different types of semen gets in you. You don't think that's going to?
I don't think it's numerology as to why that's gross and bad, though.
But you don't think it's going to ruin you? You don't think bad energy can get in?
I wouldn't call it energy. I'd call it sperm and STDs potentially. But here's the thing about porn.
That is
porn and social media has evolved so much in the past 30 years that, and its impact on society and men, and particularly young men, I feel like we really need to understand. So when I was a child, I think most of the viewers here are probably older than I, probably understand more deeply than I do. But when I was a child, in order to see a picture of a naked woman, I remember like the only place that it really existed was like in a gas station. The internet didn't work well enough. I wouldn't understand how to get on the websites. I didn't have access to a computer like that. To get any sort of content like that, I'd have to like run in a gas station, be in an area that I wasn't supposed to, like peek through like a hidden section and like grab a dirty magazine. I'd have to open it up because it wouldn't be on the cover, and like look at a Playboy magazine. But the barrier to entry to watch hardcore porn of dozens of people banging this prostitute or whore or whatnot, it's too easy. And then the downstream consequences of that are extremely bad, and we have yet to fully comprehend. This comes with like the ubiquity of the internet and social media just being so apparent. And it's not even like just the hardcore stuff. It's just like so many of my buddies are just scrolling their Instagram feeds, and it's fat asses and big chests, and it's just like, guys, it's the middle of the fucking day. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, you're going from political content, news, to just like softcore porn, and it's just become so normalized and disgusting. Like, I wouldn't have been able to get that stuff in magazines. Now you get that stuff just scrolling, and it seems as though the most lucrative thing that most young women could do is get into porn, and I don't know where that leaves us, but the societal consequences of this have yet to be seen, and they're going to be really bad.
Should she be in jail?
For what?
For this.
Yes.
For having sex with men on camera?
She I guess it was because she was attempting to. They arrested her and charged her.
She didn't even have sex?
I think she might have. I think it was producing pornography. It was
might be illegal in Indonesia. Or there's
OnlyFans model. Just call her a hooker, dude. Here's a question for you. Should it be legal to bang 1,000 guys in 12 hours in the United States?
It's like, should the government have a bullet to your head, a gun to your head?
He asked a question. Start answering this. You guys start with you and then go around. He asked that. Answer the question.
Should the government?
No, answer his question.
Crib?
The answer is
So
no.
simple.
No.
Okay. Yes or no?
The answer is yes.
Answer is yes.
What was the question?
Should it be illegal to bang 1,000 guys in 12 hours?
Is it the
should it be
1,000th
illegal?
dick or is it the
Should it be
500?
illegal?
No, it should not be illegal.
I think it should be.
I don't think it should be illegal.
It's condemnable,
but I
immoral,
think,
disgusting.
I think you're morally fucking illegally.
I think it should be
that. You shouldn't do that. You should not do that.
I think
Don't do that.
I think there are lines and limits to everything, and the question is, what do we tolerate, what don't we? And while I certainly think there's an argument for why prostitution should be legal, two consenting adults want to engage in an activity, and then they want to exchange money. It's stupid that you could be like, just don't pay me, otherwise I go to jail, but let's do it anyway. Oh, I'll buy you dinner later or something. It's like, get out of here.
What's the most women?
However,
men.
Right. So all of these things are always defined by legislation that we, the people, will determine to be reasonable. What I mean is, law on the books isn't always enforced. Like in West Virginia, it's illegal to cohabitate, but nobody gets arrested for it.
Cohabitate meaning I have a girlfriend?
A man and woman cannot live together in West Virginia. It's illegal.
Unless you're married?
Yes.
No, you're not. That's not true.
It absolutely is true.
You can't live in a house, and can you just say you're not hooking up?
No, it is illegal in West Virginia to cohabitate.
Meaning you can't have a female roommate?
Yes.
Dude, every stereotype of West Virginia just got reinforced.
Tons
Oh
of
my
states.
God. Are you kidding
You could live
me?
with your cousin, but it's not your girlfriend.
Come on, that's embarrassing.
I got to stop you there. It's actually
pretentious
whoa,
elitist.
come on.
I'm an elitist.
I got to stop you there because it's actually the opposite stereotype.
What's the stereotype here?
The stereotype is that they're not having sex.
I'm confused. Listen, the bottom line is this. That's crazy that you can't just have a woman as your roommate.
This says it's not explicitly legal under state law, but is subject to specific criminal provisions. West Virginia Code 6184 criminalizes.
No, it's
The
West
issue is they no longer enforce these laws.
Yeah.
They've been on the books forever.
So it's old school, like.
It's on the books. It's in the law,
Yeah.
but no cop is going to arrest
Yeah.
anyone. For it.
Oh, okay. So you're fine.
There are two states that still have laws, explicitly Michigan and Mississippi.
But it does say it's criminal to do lewd and lascivious cohabitation. So maybe if you're not married to a girl in West Virginia and you make porn together.
Florida
you might
finally
get-
repealed it in 2016 and Virginia in 2013. In 2001, 7 states repealed it. So it actually was on the books for quite a long time. The point is, there are lots of things that we have as illegal we don't enforce. My point is, it's fine to be like, look, I get it. People can bang who they want to bang. We're not going to get involved in that. But 1,000 people is where you get into lewd and lascivious and obscenity areas where we're like, if we don't say we're not going, she's going on social media apps, promoting it, encouraging it, gloating over it, and getting paid for it. I say there's a line. We should not allow this.
Dude, on this line, I agree with you. And to your point is, bro, low key, I get some of those boobs and butts, and I swear I was just looking at cats.
Dude, right? They're
Like,
pushing it
no,
on you.
they honestly, dude, I look at food recipes, bro, and I'm getting crazy amount of shit that I didn't ask for. I reset my algorithm, and it still happens. So there is a sexualizing, like I'm saying, my buddies, we're all like, yo, it's a turnoff. So yeah, it's hard, Tim, because it's such a, I agree with you, this should never happen. But you're right. If it affects society at some point, I mean, sorry, we'll draw the line at 1,000. We're such bastards. Just don't go 1,001. That's all we're asking.
I wanted to follow up with you because I know you have an affinity for libertarians, and one of their catchphrases is like, it doesn't matter what.
Infinity.
You have an affinity for a
He's
libertarian.
saying-
I literally said I don't like the Libertarian Party because
He
they're
was
wacky.
being
No, but
sarcastic.
for libertarianism, when you were younger, you had an affinity.
No.
You don't have any affinity for
I
libertarians?
never did.
I thought you did.
I said I liked libertarians. Like I liked Ron Paul because he said we may not agree on policy, but I'll never force you to do something. I said I can accept that. But the libertarians were a bit wacky and all over the place.
I know they have a saying of like consenting adults behind closed doors should be able
Yeah, they're
to do it.
nasty.
Okay.
There's that.
Just to add to that, I'll shut up, is that the freedom of the people thinking you're taking their rights away, a lot of these people that are worried about their rights being taken away want to do deviant shit. The deviants is what
I
they
have
want
said,
their rights.
The Libertarian Party is a hodgepodge collection of various degenerates who want to do something illegal that they can't, and they're unified under let me do my illegal thing and I'll let you do yours.
Yep.
That's what the Libertarian Party is. Then you have this one chunk.
Isn't that Democrats too?
The Democrats are actually, I'll say whatever to get power, and it includes degenerate shit.
Okay.
But the Libertarians have this one, like, here's the big circle of libertarianism, and there's this tiny chunk called the Mises Caucus, where they're like, guys, we just don't want war, and we want to lower taxes. And everyone else is like, can we look at animals doing dirty things? And they're like, no, stop. You're ruining this for us. And then then they nominate some gay communist.
There is a distinction between libertarianism and libertinism, and the libertinism is what has infected the Libertarian Party.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.